Good afternoon and welcome back. It is Sunday.
That's why it's afternoon.
And we're having a well-deserved day off. Sunday always used to be our day off when we were back at the other place, because living and working in the same place, it gets a bit hectic, people constantly calling on us. So we always had a rule that Sunday was our day off. But of course recently we've had so much to do. Well, for the past or at least 18 months now, we've not really had our Sundays. But today we thought, blow it, no work, we're going to have a nice barbecue and a nice relaxing day.
And yeah, people have actually commented, when we've done videos about cooking and things like that, people have commented and said they'd like to see more of them. So, your wish is our command. So today, what are we having?
Well, we're going to have some lovely lamb cutlets.
And there's a story with that. You see, we bought lamb previously from the supermarket, but normally we buy it from the Moroccan shop, the Moroccan butcher, because it's so fresh and it cuts it as thick as you like, especially the chops and things like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So again, the last 5 weeks now we've not been able to go, but as we were down there on Thursday, we picked up some nice lamb cutlets.
You're always a day behind us, by the way. That's why you'll be watching this on Monday, depending on where in the world you are.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've got a couple of really nice lamb cutlets, some fresh asparagus, not our own unfortunately, we're a little while yet to wait for our own asparagus. So Andy's going to be doing those on the barbecue, and I'm going to make a traditional Spanish tortilla. Tortilla, for those of you who don't know, basically potatoes, onion and egg, and then anything else you like to throw in. So as we've got lots of tomatoes ready at the moment and lots of lovely fresh basil,
tons of it.
Yeah, I'm going to make a tomato and basil tortilla. So
the potatoes are homegrown, the tomatoes are homegrown,
yeah,
the basil's homegrown,
yeah.
The asparagus, ours isn't big enough yet, so we had to use some shop bought stuff. The egg,
it's not our own, because as you know we don't have our chickens yet.
Free range from Lidl.
They are it's the last one that's our friends gave us.
So homegrown but not grown here.
Free range but not here. Yeah, they've got about 24 chickens. I think they've inundated with eggs, so they very kindly gave us a couple of dozen, and I think it's the last one of theirs, and then we're on to little ones, but they are free range.
So I'm hungry, let's crack on.
So here's our ingredients. Don't profess to be a chef by any means, but we just like food, so we
Guided
experiment.
by Chef Andy.
Yeah. So our lovely lamb cutlets, I hope you can see them, really are beautiful. I've just got some herba buena here, which is basically a mixed herb with mint and rosemary and
we've got
basil
mint and rosemary growing outside.
We have, but this is a lovely blend and it works really well. It smells gorgeous. So I'm just going to put this onto the lamb to let it soak in, and then Andy will be off to the barbecue shortly with that. In the meantime, I'm going to prepare the first thing, which is the tortilla. So I need to peel the potatoes, they need to be part boiled. I'll do that and then I'll come back to you. Andy's just been to pick me an onion. I only wanted a small one, but hey ho. Look at that, that's actually from October. They took forever to grow, if you remember, but they're really beautiful now, so yeah, should be lovely.
So the potatoes are on to part boil. The next thing we've got to do is finely chop the onion. It's actually hot, it's been straight out of the ground there. So Chef Andy's on this job. Oh, it smells fantastic. September's onions never grew very big. Oh, shut that window. Blowing a gale through there. September's onions didn't come out very big, but October's are now getting massive. And November's look even bigger, but you'll have to wait to see them. We don't pick them, we just leave them in the ground and get them as we need them. As long as they're green, we've got some green leaf on them, they're fine. There we go. Oh, a bit as well. Smells absolutely fantastic. Beautiful. You can try this at home, unlike some of the other things that we do. Right, there we go. One finely chopped onion. Get rid of the core. Back over to Sharon.
So the potatoes are bubbling away nicely. I'm going to fry off the onions. Just need to be tender, just need to go to that transparent stage. We don't want to caramelise them at all, because the whole thing's going to be cooked together on the barbecue. We're doing everything on the barbecue now because it's free. If you're doing one thing, you might as well do the whole lot. So I'm just waiting for my oil to heat up. Just a little bit of oil. Problem is with our camping stove, we've either got a very, very tiny ring, this massive ring which is too much really, and this medium one which is perfect, but there's only one of them. So, but we cope. We're all right. We're getting used to things. There we go. So I'm just going to pop the onions in now. As I say, with tortilla, you can put absolutely anything in it. You can have them with chorizo, say tomato bands, spinach. That's really nice with spinach. Leeks, absolutely anything you like. Basic, as I say, basic recipe is potato, onion, and an egg to bind it together, and anything else you fancy. So it's perfect. Right, so onions are done. That's fine. That's as much as we need. Just check on the potatoes. Yeah, they need a couple more minutes, I think. So in the meantime, I'm going to chop the tomatoes and the basil. So I've just washed the basil. I'm just going to take it off the main stem. And rough chop it. It doesn't need to be fine at all because it's like spinach. Once you cook it, it disintegrates anyway, it disappears. So I'm just going to rough chop it. Oh God, it smells absolutely beautiful. I love basil. I've been desperate to grow it and it just didn't work at the other place. That'll do, literally, because, as I say, once it's in with everything else, it disappears, so it doesn't need to be finely chopped. Cherry tomatoes, I'm just going to put them into quarters. Do you know what, I'm going to leave that one because I think we've got enough there. It'll be too sloppy otherwise, because obviously the juice out of the tomatoes will go into the potato and everything, make it too sloppy, so I'm going to stop there. So potatoes are ready, I've just strained them. I'm just going to put them into the bowl. And with my fork, just break them up. We're not mashing them exactly, it's just like breaking them up into little pieces. Like so. That'll do, see that? It's just rough. To that I'm going to add the onions. Yum, yum, yum. Could eat with everything. I love onions. That's why we've grown so many of them. Okay, tomato and the basil. It's ever so easy this. Even I can do it. Give it all a good mix. You will notice there's less potato than anything else. Traditionally the Spanish tortilla would be more potato, but neither of us are big potato eaters. As much as we like potato, we like to taste the other ingredients as well. So it's two decent sized potatoes is enough really for us, one each, that does us. Right, so to that I'm just going to add a bit of salt and pepper to your taste. Quite a bit because there's tomatoes in there. I've got some black pepper already ground. I'm cheating. The other one's on the table, so just a little bit. And another mix. Okay. And then we need to break the egg. I need a clean fork actually, don't I? One moment. My assistant will get me a clean fork. Thank you kindly, sir. The egg. And the pepper. And literally just pour that over the mixture with my spoon. Just going to fold it all together. It does look quite sloppy, but once it starts to cook, it will set, the egg will set the rest of the mixture. That looks okay to me. Okay, so we're good to go. I'm just going to put a little bit of spray oil onto this dish. And put the mixture onto the tray. Just form it into some kind of, it needs to be quite chunky. Et voila! We're just going to cook that now on the barbecue when we do the lamb.
Right, so we're just going to part cook the tortilla on the barbecue. Mainly because if we can part cook it, we can get it out of this pan and then we can do it on the plancha when we put the lamb on. We'll be able to turn it over then as well if we can get it to congeal as such. So we'll just pop him in there, close the lid. We want about 150C, 300 Fahrenheit, thereabouts. Maybe 10-15 minutes.
So I'm just going to prepare the asparagus now, and then Andy's going to cook that with some olive oil and sea salt on the plancha. So absolutely love asparagus, and I can't wait until our own is ready, but as I say, it's going to be a couple of years at least. They say it can be up to 5, but I'm always the optimist, so hopefully all the way around. Yeah, so if you've not prepared asparagus before, and if you have, apologies, I'm not teaching you to suck eggs, but basically you just feel along the stem until you get the point where it breaks, cracks, and that's the tender tips, the little shoots. The other stuff is a bit, it's like kidney beans a bit. So that's it, so there are our asparagus tips, just ready to go on when Andy's ready.
The time has come. So we're going to put the tortilla first. This is hot already, it's been on for ages. We're going to do it like that. And hopefully it breaks up a bit, but it'll weld itself back together. That's why I get this job, being a welder. We do it, I don't know, it's going to take 15 minutes or so now, and then when it's done, and we're happy with it, or it's more or less done, we're going to return it back to its pot here, and then put the chops on. And then the asparagus will only take 2 or 3 minutes at the end. It's exciting though, isn't it? Because I'm absolutely ravenous. Cool, right, we'll come back to you when it's done. So the tortilla is just about done. We've returned it to its original container. I broke it a little bit, it's my fault, but it doesn't change the taste, and certainly when you eat it, it gets a lot more broken up. So now it's time for the lamb chops. Look at these puppies. Crikey me. We don't like our lamb too overdone, so we're reckoning just 5 minutes each side on them. So yeah, the clock is ticking. Right, 5 minutes, 6 actually, which is a bit sacrilegious. Turn them over, look at that, lovely. The secret with it now is to cut the fat. See how it's curled up? Same like when you're cooking bacon. That'll allow it then to go back down. Same with this one. Little monkey. There we go. Another 5 minutes on that side. But in 2 minutes or 3 minutes we're going to put the asparagus on, because that'll only need a minute or two. Right, time for the asparagus. I know we said olive oil, we lied. We haven't got any of that yellow olive oil for cooking. The stuff we have, the extra virgin, isn't that good for cooking. It's great for drinking, but not for cooking. So what we're going to use, sunflower oil. A little bit of that on there. Good job I went to painstaking lengths to level this barbecue. Would you believe it? Got a brick under that wheel. Put it on there, and a bit of salt. And a couple of minutes for that, and it'll be fantastic. And it's ready. Beautiful. In fact, I'm going to do you a close-up on this. There we go. Tortilla, 2 lovely lamb chops, and asparagus, which is struggling to focus in the light. Right, time to serve. There we go. Dinner is served. Washed down a lovely glass of local red wine from the bodega. Bon appetit. Oh, well, that was absolutely fantastic. So we hope you enjoyed that experience, and we hope you're going to make your own tortilla. We watch a channel called Wilderness Cooking. It's this chap in Azerbaijan, and there's no speaking in it at all, but really does. You get like 1 million views, these videos, so obviously a bit better than ours, but
yeah.
What can you say?
Honestly, if you've not seen it, I recommend you watch it, because he's amazing, this guy.
And there's no words in it, and all he says at the end is super. That's all I have to say, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the cooking things, you know, so we're not professional chefs, but we're pretty good. And you know, yeah, we'll happily do some more. We'd love to do some more, you know, because we enjoy cooking, we enjoy eating, and that.
We enjoy eating.
If you did, give it a big thumbs up, like, click the subscribe thing down here somewhere. Yeah. Check the bell, select all to make sure you get notifications from YouTube of all our future videos. And we'll be back tomorrow with another.
Thanks for watching.